The fourth order of the day is the second reading of the National Rice Development Council Bill 2019. Distinguished senators will recall that the bill was read the first time in this chamber on Wednesday, 9th October 2019. Mr. President, you may wish to invite distinguished Senator Bima Enagi to move the motion for the bill to be read a second time.
Senator Bima Enagi.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, my highly respected, distinguished colleagues. I rise to lead the debate on the National Rice Development Council Bill. With your kind permission, Mr. President, I would like to proceed. Mr. President and my highly respected colleagues, permit me to lead the debate on the Rice Development Council Bill, which seeks to establish a council that will lead to a comprehensive development of the rice sector and the organization of rice stakeholders to enhance local production of rice in Nigeria. The bill was read the first time in this chamber on Wednesday, 9th October 2019. With our natural competitive advantage in the area of rice production as a country, Nigeria should consider the need to put in place a National Rice Development Council and a fail-proof, comprehensive National Rice Development Roadmap that will guide us into a regime of self-sufficiency in rice production. The establishment of a National Rice Development Council will transform the activities of rice farmers, rice processors, millers, researchers, marketers, and other important stakeholders across the entire rice value chain, particularly the clusters of smallholder rice farmers and small-scale millers spread all over the country. The activities of the Rice Council will be focused on mobilizing resources to boost rice research, production, processing, packaging, export, and to take necessary steps to protect farmers from difficult production challenges. Mr. President, my highly respected colleagues, the Nigerian rice industry exists in abstract, and there appears to be no form of coordination in the absence of a properly structured rallying point. Today, we have Paddy Rice Dealers Association of Nigeria, PRIDAN, Rice Farmers Association of Nigeria, RIFAN, Rice Processors Association of Nigeria, RIPAN, Rice Millers Association of Nigeria, RIMAN, and many more. This bill seeks to establish that rallying point and a comprehensive national operational and governance structure for rice. The absence of a National Rice Development Council has also deprived the country of a number of direct benefits derivable from having an organized rice industry, like timely access to real-time and accurate information, data, knowledge, and technology. This is clearly evident in the annual drain on the nation's foreign exchange earnings, put at about $2 billion annually. This has also led to increasing food insecurity as a result of our dependency on rice smuggled via porous land borders and our inability to turn our domestic rice demand into an employment generation avenue to create massive opportunities for unskilled, semi-skilled, and skilled manpower, among others, that can be meaningful, especially the millions of employment that will be generated in the rice value chain. As soon as the Council is established, an actionable, inclusive roadmap will be initiated toward the attainment of self-sufficiency in the interim and export capacity in the mid and long term. In a nutshell, the aim is to have a productive ecosystem for the rice industry in Nigeria with proper operational and governance structure. The Council will provide necessary policy, regulatory and business environment for increased rice production, quantity, quality, value addition, trade, and income. Essentially, Mr. President, my highly respected and distinguished colleagues, this bill on its own merit will improve government efforts for efficient policy and regulatory framework for the Nigerian rice industry, promote enabling business and investment environments for rice stakeholders, support the growth of rice industry in Nigeria and in the sub-region, as well as sustainability of government policies. The framework created by this bill will pull investment into rice production, provide the missing link between rice production and industrialization, provide employment, reduce migration from rural to urban cities, and enhance socio-economic activities all over the country. Few countries having Rice Council include Rice Council of Tanzania, USA Rice Council, Directorate of Rice Development in India, and Rice Association of Thailand. In line with our Order 77, subsection 3, the financial implications of the establishment of Rice Council is hereby attached. I therefore urge you all, Mr. President, and my highly respected and distinguished colleagues, to please support this bill for its second reading. Thank you.
Senator Surajuddin Bashiru Ajibola.
Thank you, Mr. President. Distinguished colleagues, I'm Dr. Surajuddin Ajibola Bashiru. I represent Osun Central Senatorial District. I thank Mr. President for the indulgence. I stand to support that this bill be allowed for second reading. Rice, even though in the 70s and 80s was really a foreign food, but in terms of the palate of Nigerians today, it has become what bread was to Europe in the Middle Ages. And the significance of that in the history of the Middle Ages is that revolutions and war were fought. In fact, the barometer for economic stability was measured by bread. Today, it's becoming same for rice in Nigeria. While supporting this bill, it will be seen as a move forward from the policy of self-sustainability being pursued by the present administration in terms of the economic needs of our people. The reality today is that average Nigerian eats rice a day, if not more than that, and the reliance is placed more on importation of rice, and the local production has only recently been taken serious because of the drastic but effective policy of the present administration. Therefore, this bill is a bill that addresses the immediate need of our society along the line of food security, particularly in the context of rice production in Nigeria. And the area of the focus is not only on sustainability in Nigeria, but to develop capacity for export of rice. And if you don't have a concerted effort, which is envisaged by this bill, we will not be able to tackle the problem of scarcity and then the question of even interfacing with the global economy in the context of an area that is becoming that we have a comparative advantage if properly utilized. In the First Republic, when cocoa, kola nut, groundnut were mainstay of economy, there were regulatory agencies, there were research institutions, there were marketing approaches to ensure that the nation realized its full potential in this particular area. I will, in supporting this, thank the thoughtfulness of my neighbor, as Senator Mandia has put it, Senator Bima Enagi, for coming up with this very thoughtful, timeful, and very useful bill for the progress of our nation. Thank you, Mr. President.
Senator Smart Ademi.
Mr. President, I rise to support this bill. To say, Mr. President, that the Rice Development Council is an agency that is long overdue, and we should all support the establishment. This, Mr. President, will lead to self-sufficiency, and it will go a long way to help in increasing productivity. I stand to support this bill, Mr. President, because in my state we have perhaps the largest rice mill now located in my Central District by the present administration in Kogi State. So I personally appreciate your proposal, and I want to say that it's something that all of us must support. This will create job opportunities and expand socio-economic activities across the country. Today, Mr. President, I doubt if there's any state in Nigeria where rice is not consumed virtually on a daily basis. One of the challenges confronting us as a nation today, Mr. President, is the increasing number of unemployed graduates. So having a council that will help in improving the value chain of rice, I think it's something all of us should support. I stand there for Mr. President to say whatever effort that is required, I think we should give to it to make sure there's acceleration in the process of passing this bill into law. Mr. President, I think yesterday I overheard when some associations under the rice production commending our president for closing down the border. Perhaps apart from the smuggling of oil-related products out of our country, the next problem we have is the legal route of importing rice into our country. So if you have this council in place, Mr. President, it will go a long way in making Nigeria self-sufficiency in rice production, and to a large extent saving us from saving a lot of foreign earnings. Most rice into Nigeria. Not quite long, I saw a video clip of some of our neighbors where younger ones are using motorcycles to smuggle rice into Nigeria. So whatever effort is required in making sure that we get the value of rice, I think it is something that is worthwhile an effort. So, distinguished, I must commend you for coming up with this bill, because this bill will equally impact positively across the length of our country, but more importantly, those of us who are into rice production. But I wanted to listen to as to whether you propose where the council should be located. Because in Niger State, we have the Badeji rice farm that has been there for decades. Maybe if we are going to get this bill passed into law, Mr. President, it will not be out of place if it can be located in Kogi State to have the rice council in Kogi State. I just submit, Mr. President.
You are welcome. Is there anybody against this bill? I'll put the question then. Those in favor that this bill be now read a second time, say aye. Those against, say nay. The ayes have it. Clerk of the Senate.
Mr. President, distinguished senators, a bill for an act to establish the National Rice Development Council of Nigeria to provide guidance on the rice research, comprehensive development of the rice sector, and the organization of the rice stakeholders to enhance the local production of rice in Nigeria and for related matters, 2019, second reading.
A bill for an act to establish the National Rice Development Council of Nigeria to provide guidance on the rice research, comprehensive development of the rice sector, and the organization of the rice stakeholders to enhance the local production of rice in Nigeria and for related matters, 2019, second reading taken, and the bill is hereby referred to the Senate Committee on Agriculture and Rural Development to report back within 4 weeks. Thank you very much, distinguished colleagues. Leader of the Senate.